So what can we do to take one step forward to end poverty? Although MDGs had contributed to inform the problem, during the research we found that the promoting activity is still weak. Let's start from the individual and governmental levels. There are national companies that is contributing to our goal. Here is a video clip from local companies, Heartwarming Campaign.
Since 1958, the
Sorry for the delay, just
The organization Miserio has been creating self-help initiatives for the third world. In the fight against poverty and injustice, every euro counts, and it's clear that even small donations can make a big difference, though very few people know this. The second solution, the one thing that people always have with them, a credit card. Last year, over 40% of all payments in Europe were made with one. With this in mind, Miserio developed the Social Swipe, the first poster that accepts credit cards. The poster makes giving easier than ever before, and you can see the results. Your donation can provide daily bread for a family in Peru, or help an imprisoned Filipino child return to a normal life, all for just €2. These unique billboards were developed together with Stripe.com, a leader in innovative payment solutions. The posters initially attracted people's attention in international airports, but stayed with them long after. When donors received their credit card statement, they were asked to turn their one-off donation into a monthly donation. It's a small gesture that makes a big difference. The Social Swipe, making giving easier than ever before.
As you can see, local companies taking efforts to grab the global citizens' attention. Not only the Social Swipe, the one that you just see, Coca-Cola, Ariel, the digital brand, and other national companies are helping the world to take one step forward to end poverty. Little by little, the seriousness of poverty should be informed to the world, starting from individual and governmental levels. Likewise, the government should know the seriousness of the issue and have to have a clear sight of how the country should take actions. It's you who start the journey to stop the tragic events.
Along with individual and governmental support, I'd like to stress the fact that international, global level of support is necessary. It is important that global citizens find that poverty in Asia is grave. For that, promotion of its condition is needed. And that way, other countries will be willing to help. 2011, when Japan suffered due to a great big earthquake, every people on earth sympathized with Japan's solicitude and gave them a helping hand. What we want and need is that kind of attitude towards poverty. Also, countries in Asia that have these kinds of problems should perceive their problems and should try to deal with that themselves. That way, fundraising would be easier and we could make effective use of resources. Also, and UN should help their willpowers unite as they have always done. We'll talk about our opinions now, so
just put it in. Yeah. It's okay, we listen to you. We don't need the screen.
I think that every human being on earth has the right to pursue happiness. And disappearance of people who die and suffer of poverty is the first step to achieving that goal. Global citizens should work all together to reach that goal. And for that, the necessary step is a breakdown of egoism. Egoism is the most dangerous thing on earth because it works for the whole and not for individuals, and so it will cause bad results. What I just said might seem a little bit idealistic for now, but I'm I'm positive that it will, in the future, come true. To cut off vicious circle, willpowers should combine, and I think it will be possible. UN contributes to many countries and activities, and I hope this will continue even in an advanced way. But I dare say that the most important thing is active actions of developed countries. Party-interested way of talking and attitude is not gonna help because it's related to what I said, egoism. Lastly, I would emphasize global effort and promise myself that I would also personally work for it. Thank you.
So my first impression towards poverty was very easy. I thought it could be solved by donating money or food, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. As I began my research, I saw some articles that mentioned about how much money people get each day and how many people, the amount of people, especially children, die and suffer of poverty and diseases that can't be cured. My feelings toward that point was extremely shocking because I've never been in that type of condition before or seen anyone with poverty circumstances. As for me, poverty could come to an end by funding the needs for the poor and building shelters that can protect them.
To be honest, I wasn't firstly interested in this topic, poverty, because my future career was not related to this poverty, but as I researched, poverty is not an individual thing. It can happen everywhere, even in wealthier countries. So, in the future, I would like to do a fund program like social funding, the credit card thing, to help the poverty, and so take the poverty program as my individual stuff.
We would like to end our presentation with a quote from Nelson Mandela: "As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality exist in our world, none of us can truly rest." Thank you.
Any questions?
I heard that MDG combines poverty and hunger as one concept, but SDGs don't. Why are poverty and hunger separated in SDG? Is there any specific reason?
I would say yes, because as time passed, technology developed, and the way of giving people nutrition and the way of developing a country developed in both areas. So UN people maybe thought that they're better if they're separated, and people focuses on both sides, and so they could, be much better, if that right, I guess. Was it answer?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any questions? Okay.
I'm really impressed about the video that you see myself. And is there another campaign like that is that you found that you think interesting, interesting campaign, another interesting campaign that you found?
As we said before, there was a campaign from Coca-Cola, and also, do you know the brand Ariel, the detergent brand? They also do campaigns for the African kids to donate money with by selling Cokes. For example, in Coca-Cola, by selling Cokes, when you buy one Coke, it costs double. So the one side goes to African kids, and that's why it's a creative campaign. And there's other national companies doing more creative campaigns. So you can look it up on YouTube. It has all of the campaigns.
With all the campaigns and the fundings, what do you think the result will be 30 years later?
I think it will make a big difference, because fundraising is the most essential thing in helping people. So if fundraising grows, actually helping grows. So I would say yes, it would be beneficial. Are there any more questions?
This one isn't a question, but for like fundraising stuff, this all of you can do this. There's a site called Free Rice where it asks you a bunch of like trivia questions, or it even helps you study for school. And every time you answer a question right, it donates food. So you should take advantage of it.
And we also hope to, and we recommend read The Batting of Famine, the book that we said. It's a very interesting book, and it's written from one of the officials from United Nations. We recommend the book, it's really good.
The only thing about the book is that it's written in year 2000, so maybe the data is a bit different, but I think the book is the best book I've ever read.
And it's one of the favorite books that I read before, so I really recommend reading it. Are there any more questions? Well, I see none.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.